Now we're going to talk about the in-center. So the in-center is going to be when you have 3 angle bisectors. So the circumcenter was when you had 3 perpendicular bisectors. This one's going to be when you have 3 angle bisectors. The other day, we bisected angles using that safety-based compass. Today, we're going to do it freehand, okay? So let's start with the easiest angle, which I think would be L, right? See how nice and big and wide it is? You're going to go right out the middle and create what is sort of like the bisector of it. Just eyeball it, get it as close to the middle as you can. Then turn your paper a little bit until you get to N. N is also an angle we need to bisect. It's a little bit tighter, smaller angle. So it's a little bit harder, but you can do it. Draw its bisector until they connect in the middle right there. Okay? Then go over to angle M. And you're going to draw its bisector. Okay? Once you've bisected all 3 angles, that's going to give you a point in the middle. We'll call that point P as in Paul. And that point is now our in-center. The in-center also has a special relationship to the triangle. It is also, what's our special word? Equidistant. But this one is not equidistant to the vertices. This one is equidistant from the sides. Okay, so I'm going to take my highlighter. Just drew all over myself. Where's my lid? Oh, it's on it. Okay. So from that in-center to each of the 3 sides, it's going to be equidistant. So from P down to LN. And from P over to ML, and from P over to MN. Those 3 highlighted lines are equidistant to that point, the in-center, where those 3 angle bisectors meet. Okay? We're going to do 2 examples. And we're just going to put some measurements on this triangle in just a second. So example number 2, we're going to find the distance from P to MN. And example number 3, we're going to find the measure of angle PMN. Okay, so let me write some measurements on here. All right, I already got P. We'll call this point over here Q. And we'll say that it's 5 centimeters long. I'm going to give you this angle right here, this angle measure of 50 degrees. This angle measure is 20 degrees. And I think that's all the labeling we need. Okay. All right, so the example number 2 says, find the distance from P to MN. Okay, so here's P, it's our in-center. We want to know how far away it is from MN. It looks like it should be super complicated, but this is a super, super easy question. Why? Because this in-center is equidistant from all the sides. So if P is the in-center, then all 3 of those are equal. So if this one's 5 centimeters, guess what? The other one is 5 centimeters. This one is also 5 centimeters. 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters. Okay? Now let's find the measure of angle PMN. So here's P, here's M, here's N. So in there I'm going to squeeze a little X, or you can put a question mark, or whatever variable you like. Okay? we don't have any measurements over here, but we know that all the angles in a triangle should add up to 180, okay? So over here, this angle is 20. This much of the angle is 50. So what do we know about this angle? This was the angle bisector, right? So if this is 50, how much is that? 50, 50. So this one and this one together is how many degrees? What's 20 plus 50 plus 50? 120, okay? So if we start with 180, we subtract the 120 that we know, that leaves us with 60, right? So this angle, this whole angle over here should be 60. So how much is x? 30, right? You have to take that 60 and divide it by 2, because that's the angle bisector, right? That gives us 30 degrees. All right, finish copy.